sells a bunch of shares through something called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount,
Investor pays
say $1 to own a small part or share of Jill's business. Jill sells a bunch of through something called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount, say $1. Jill has another option. She can
Investors-
go public, giving
investors
anyone who wants to the chance to invest in her business through something called an initial public offering
investor by a certain amount.
or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount, say $1, to own a small part or share of Jill's business.
Investor by certain investor by certain amount. Investor by a certain amount. Investor by certain amount. Investor by a 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 certain amount. Certain amount. Investor by a certain amount. Investor by a certain amount.
Jill sells a bunch of shares.
And I grow my lemonade empire.
IPO. Investors pay a certain amount, say Jill has another option. She can go public, giving anyone who wants to the chance to invest in her business
through something called an initial public offering or IPO.
Investors pay a certain amount, say $1, to own a small part or share of Jill's business through something called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount, say $1, to own a small part or share of Jill's business through something called an initial public
Offering or IPO. Investor by
Investors pay a certain
certain
amount,
amount.
say $1,
$1
to own a
to
small
own.
part. Anyone who wants to the chance to invest in her business through something called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount. Jill has another option. She can go public, giving anyone who wants to the chance to invest in
Certain.
through something called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount, say $1. Jill has another option.
The certain
She
amount.
can go public, giving anyone who wants to the chance to invest in her business through something called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount, say $1, to own a small part or share of Jill's business through something called an initial public offering or IPO.
Investor
Investors pay a
pays the
certain amount,
amount,
say
$1
$1,
to
to own a small part
or
or share
share
of Jill's
of
business through something called an initial public offering or IPO.
Investor
Investors pay a
pays the
certain
amount,
amount, say
$1
$1,
to
to
own
own
a
a small
small
part or share of Jill's
to own a
business
small
through something
part.
called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount, say $1, to own a small part. Anyone who wants to the chance to invest in her business through something called an initial
Initial
public
public offering or IPO. Investor pays the amount, $1 to own a small part or share of business.
Jill sells a bunch of
Share.
through something called an initial public offering or IPO.
Investor
pay a
pays the
certain
amount,
say
$1
$1,
to
own
own
a
a
part or share through something called an initial public
offering
offering
or IPO. Investor pays the amount, $1 to own a part
or through something called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors pay a certain amount. Jill has another option.
Investor
She
pays the
can
amount,
go public,
certain
giving
amount,
anyone who
certain
wants
amount,
to the chance to invest in her business
certain
through
amount,
something called
certain
an
amount,
initial public
certain
offering
amount,
or
certain
IPO.
amount.
Investors pay a certain amount. Say Jill has another option. She can go public, giving anyone who
We
wants
want you to
the chance
change
to
invest
invest
in
in
your
her
business
business
through something called an initial public offering or IPO. Investor
Investors pay
pays
a
the
certain
amount,
amount. Say
$1
$1
to own a part or share of your business.
Jill sells a bunch of shares.
To
Through
sell,
something called an initial
to sell the
public
punch
offering
up
or
share.
IPO. Investors
Some
pay a
pays
certain
the
amount.
amount,
Say
$1 to own a small
part
part or share of your
Jill's
business. To
Jill sells
sell
a
the
bunch of
bunch
shares.
And I
to sell Jill sells a bunch of shares. Jill
Investors pay a
pays
certain amount, say
$0 to own the
a
spot
part
or share the business.
Jill sells a bunch of shares.
Jill sells a bunch of shares.
Investors pay a certain amount, say
$3 to own a part or share of your business. Jill
Jill
sells a bunch of shares.
Through
Jill
something
sells a bunch of shares.
public offering or IPO.
That's
Investors
a
pay a
business
certain
amount.
amount, say
$3 to own the spot or share of your business. Jill sells a bunch of shares.